everyone, my name is Gabrielle and I'm a representative with Heritage Sierra Medical Group. Today you're in for a treat because we're going to be covering a segment on Social Security, retirement, and how it all works with Medicare. I have a very special guest with me here today, Imelda Padilla.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me. As Gabby mentioned, my name is Imelda Padilla. I'm also a representative from Heritage Sierra Medical Group from the Community Engagement Department. Thank you again for having me.
Of course, no, it's a pleasure to have you, and I'm extra excited because in addition to Imelda, we have another guest, Jason Vallejos with Syndicated Insurance Agency.
Thank you for having me. I'm Jason Vallejos, Executive Vice President of Syndicated Insurance Agency. We're here today to answer any of your questions regarding Medicare and how Social Security works.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're in for an exciting morning and I have plenty of questions from our team to cover. So the first thing that I wanted to share was a little bit about Social Security. Imelda, I know that you had some information and questions. Why don't we start there?
Yeah, so a lot of our viewers, they're about to enter that age where they want to know how to get their Medicare, retirement, Social Security journey started. What do you recommend is the starting point when you're going to get that started?
Good question. So the first thing you want to do is 3 months before your birthday, you got to get a hold of Social Security Administration and let them know you're interested in getting your Medicare Part A and B. And even if you're working, don't worry about that. You can still get Medicare even while employed. So just start the question with Social Security, find out what Medicare A and B is like, and let Social Security guide you. We're here to help when it comes to the additional benefits, the things that Medicare doesn't cover, but we'll get into that a little later.
No, that's great. And for a lot of folks tuning in, navigating retirement can be a little bit confusing because there's a lot of steps involved, especially with Social Security. So with that in mind, why don't we start by learning a little bit more about what Medicare is and Parts A, B, C, and D. Jason, do you want to guide me a little bit on Medicare Parts A, B, C, and D?
Yeah, I'll crunch in just a little bit of time. So Medicare Part A covers your hospital coverage. Medicare Part B covers the specialists and your physicians. Medicare Part D is your prescription drug coverage. And then today we're talking about Medicare Part C, which is Medicare Advantage, which covers all of these benefits and more. So there's a little distance between what private insurance covers and what Medicare covers, and Medicare Part C, Medicare Advantage plans, puts everything together and fills that gap that Medicare doesn't cover.
That's good to know. So if anybody's tuning in from home and taking notes, I recommend that you learn your Medicare A, B, C's, and D's. And if you're a little bit confused, make sure you check in with Jason and his team and that they can walk you through the steps one-on-one at no cost or obligation to you. Now, with that in mind, I know that navigating Social Security is a process of its own. I know that you can help with that and navigate Medicare coverage. But for a lot of folks that are still working, and you said it earlier, they don't understand or realize that there can be a cost savings to their existing coverage while working by enrolling in Medicare. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. If you think about what the costs are if you're currently working and what your benefits are through your employer group, you're probably paying premiums and paying high co-payments. With the Medicare Advantage plans, you can lower those costs, lower those premiums, because you have paid into the system of Social Security Medicare benefits through all your years of working.
Wow.
So look into that, because you do a comparison between your current employer benefits and what Medicare covers. With a Part C, you can fill a lot of gaps and get additional benefits that you currently don't receive through your employer group, like dental, vision, transportation, worldwide coverage, and more.
Fabulous.
Jason, I did have one question. Whenever an individual is ready to start their journey with you, do you have like a checklist of 3, maybe 5 things that they should have already prepared before they get to you?
Great question. Absolutely. What you want to do is you want to have your list of prescriptions, the doctors that you regularly see, your zip code, and of course your date of birth. Very important piece of information so we can actually do a comparison for you. But that's an awesome question. The more information you can give us, the better we can advise you. So thank you so much for that question.
Well, thank you for being here.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for having us all together. It's such a pleasure to learn a little bit more about Social Security, retirement, Medicare, and everything in between. Thank you, Imelda, for joining us today. And thank you so much, Jason, for the information to learn a little bit more about Medicare, retirement, Social Security, and everything in between. Now, I know I referenced this earlier, but make sure that you have that pen and paper ready so that if you have any additional questions, you can start off on that checklist or reference back your notes for any questions you may have when connecting with Jason and his team. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was an exciting day for us all, and see you next time.